Hey guys, this is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel, and I am back with another YouTube video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So the name of this video is Counterfeits Are Temporary. Counterfeits are temporary. So this is a revelation that God gave me because I know there are many people that are overly concerned about counterfeits. You know who your spouse is, and you may be in divine separation, or maybe not in divine separation. And maybe, God has revealed, that this person is going to be your kingdom spouse, but you guys were never together. Whatever the situation is, your spouse is not with you, they are with someone else. But God has revealed to you that this is the person that you are going to spend the rest of your life with. This is your kingdom spouse. So, like I said, there are some people that are very concerned about these counterfeits. They're almost threatened in a sense. You're threatened by the counterfeit because they have your kingdom spouse. There is no reason for you to feel threatened or any type of way about the counterfeit because they could never be you. I have seen comments on my videos, other people that I follow on this platform. I have seen where these kingdom spouses, they are just really concerned about these counterfeits because they are ready to come together with their kingdom spouse, but they cannot because these kingdom spouses are with these counterfeits. But again, the counterfeit can never be you. And I really want you guys to understand that. Understand what a counterfeit is. A counterfeit is not real. A counterfeit is not real. So with God, if he loves you just that much, would he ever put you with a counterfeit man or woman? If you're a woman, do you think that God is going to put you with someone that is not real, someone that's not living for him? If you are a man, do you think that God is going to put you with a woman that is not real, that does not have your best intentions? They just, they don't have the right intentions when it comes to you. God does not do anything like that. He doesn't even work like that. So God gave me this revelation for the women. I want you guys to think about this. So if you are a woman that love purses, you love all the fashionable designer bags that they have out now, the Chanel, the Prada. Some people like Coach and Michael Kors. Um, all the designer bags, the Birkin bags, whatever your bag is, you know that those bags cost money. And for those of you that don't know, those purses, they hold value. They hold value. My boss that I used to work for years ago, she was a millionaire, and she would wear like these vintage designer bags and belts, and these things she had from many years ago, and they still look brand new. I remember one of my ex-boyfriends when Dooney and Burke was real popular back in the day. He bought me a Dooney and Burke purse. That bag still looks good, and he bought me that bag probably when I was in my I don't even know if I was 20. I haven't worn the bag in years. I said I was going to maybe give it away or something, but the bag, it still looks really good. I could still wear it today if I wanted to, and it still looks good. But I'm saying this to say, When you look at a designer bag, it holds its value. Now, there are some people, they will wear the knockoffs. The knockoff is the counterfeit. The knockoff is the counterfeit. So let's just say that you have never had a real Chanel bag. You really like the designs that Chanel makes when it comes to these purses. You want a Chanel bag, but you may not be in a position, or you may not want to spend thousands of dollars on a bag. So they have these knockoff purses of Chanel where you can go and get you maybe a knockoff Chanel bag for $60, $100, whatever it may cost. Everybody knows that they make knockoff designer bags. And so a lot of women, if they are not in the position, or even if they don't want to spend the money on these purses, they will go get the next best thing, which is the knockoff, aka counterfeit. But after a while, a couple months of wearing that bag, you're going to have to toss that bag into the garbage because it does not hold its value. It does not hold its value. So basically, you're wasting money when you could have eventually got the real thing. Eventually, you're going to get tired of wearing knockoff purses where you're spending, let's just say every couple of months, you're spending $100 on a knockoff Chanel bag, Prada bag, whatever your bag of choice is. You're tired of spending this money, and you realize that instead of spending all this money, $100 every couple of months on this knockoff bag, you can just save your money, or you can just go on and invest in this bag. Eventually, you're like I said, you're gonna get tired of wasting money. It is the same thing with the counterfeit. A counterfeit, it has no value. It has no value. And so when you look at these counterfeit men and women, eventually the kingdom spouse is going to get tired of these counterfeits because they hold no value. Eventually, they are going to want the real thing, which is you, the believing spouse. This is how I need you guys to look at this when it comes to kingdom spouses and counterfeits. They could never be you. You are the real thing. You are you are like the purse that holds the value. You are considered the prize, as they say. There's no value when it comes to a counterfeit. She's temporary, just like a knockoff Chanel bag. Now, for the men, the best example I can come up with, I know men like sports. And so any man that's really into sports, of course, they're going to want to go sit courtside at a basketball game or a football game. They would prefer to be in at the game in person, but they will settle for the next best thing, which is sitting home watching TV to see the game. So technically, we can look at sitting at home like a counterfeit. Is not as good. It's okay, but it's not as good as sitting at an actual game in person courtside. So eventually, what do you think is going to happen? Once that man, let's just say once he get in position, he got a new job, he's making all this money, he don't have to sit home and watch the game no more. Now he has increased his value. He's put in the work to be able to get a higher position at a new company or at his current company. Don't you think if he had the choice between watching the game at home and watching the game in person at a football stadium, a basketball stadium, which choice do you think he's going to make? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing with these counterfeits and with these kingdom spouses. I really need you guys to get with the program when it comes to these counterfeits. I have seen so many comments where I'm hearing my spouse, he's with the counterfeit. I don't know what I'm going to do. My heart is broken. I don't think it's been so many different counterfeits. And you have to wake up and you have to understand and know your value. A counterfeit is temporary, and they will never compare to the real thing. And if your kingdom spouse know who you are, even they know that eventually, like I said, they are going to get tired of toying around, playing around like a child would with something that is not real. Eventually, you're going to want the real thing. It's the same thing for you guys. Eventually, this person is going to want the real thing. And like I said, for the women, just think about those purses. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer to keep wasting money on a knockoff bag, or would you prefer to get the real thing? Men, would you prefer to sit at home and watch a TV, or would you prefer to actually be in a basketball stadium, or let's just say even something smaller than that? Would you prefer to be watching a 75-inch screen TV, or would you prefer to be watching a 13-inch? Eventually you're going to want the thing that has the most value, and that is the real thing. That is the kingdom spouse, not the counterfeit. A counterfeit has no value and it is temporary. So I want you guys to keep that in mind if your kingdom spouse is with somebody, and know eventually he's going to have to toss that bag in the garbage because it's going to be worn out. Eventually he's going to want to go and see the game in person. He's going to want to go and experience the real thing. He's no longer going to want to watch a 13-inch screen TV when he knows he can watch the game on a 75-inch, or he knows that he can watch it in person. I really need you guys to keep this in mind, because this is serious. These counterfeits, they cannot compare to you in no form, shape, or fashion. They cannot compare it to you. So keep that in mind, guys. Know your value, know your worth, know that you are the best choice. You are the best choice, and you were designed and created for the person that God told you that you're going to be with. This is your girl, Jennifer Lynn, the crown jewel, and I will talk with you guys next time.